Hey everyone, welcome to this follow-up video on how to get fit. So a while back I interviewed mountain bike veteran and fitness guru Rohin Adams. So Rohin had some awesome tips for beginners who were looking to get fit on their mountain bike so they could ride faster for longer. And I got an awesome response to the video with so many people commenting and messaging saying how much the advice helped them. So we covered a lot that night. And I thought I'd dig through the video again and pull out some of the gems that I had to cut out of the first edition. So there's a bit more detail in this second video and it's probably aimed at more advanced mountain bikers. Although if you watch the first video, a lot of what's coming up really just expands in more detail on some of those concepts. So we go a little bit deeper into nutrition, eating on and off the bike, and also some tips on what to do the week of the race. So yeah, let's head back to Rohin's basement and pick up where we left off.
When I was about 27, up until 27, I'd only drunk water. So that was what, my whole triathlon time. I went to World Championships in triathlon as well. Yeah. And that build through mountain biking was just water, water, water. And then I actually met, through event organization, I met a manager of an electrolyte company, a sports product company, and he asked me what I used. Yeah. And I said, I use water. And he was like, what? Hang on, you race elite, don't you? And at that stage in Victoria, I was probably lucky if I got top 10. I was more of a back of the field. I was hanging on. Yeah. I was good for distance, but I wasn't good for speed. Yeah. And so he said, look, try our product. I want you to try it. And within I'm going to say 2 months of using an actual proper recovery source, and then have balanced electrolyte. And he just gave me advice, just like I'm saying now, to use this advice. Yeah. I became a top 5. Yeah, that's awesome. In a couple of months. I didn't change training or anything.
And that's huge to go from outside the top 10 to top 5.
I distinctly remember a race at the Yangs and being 2 laps in and thinking, I'm with the leaders. Yeah. I was there. Yeah, there was 4 of us in a pack. I'm with Murray Spink and Adrian Jackson and this isn't me, That's awesome. And that was I suppose, that was a real moment, and I've never gone back from that. I've done a lot of research since. I really just read the products that are in it, and then looked up what does potassium do for an athlete, what does magnesium do for an athlete, So you don't have to go too far to find information these days, which is good.
We're having dinner before, and you said that you're still learning with the whole fitness thing and the whole...
Never stop learning. Yeah. It's... last year was the first time I actually got a sports doctor. Right. I've always just gone and seen my general GP. Right. And I've got... I think about this, or I got that, or whatever, and whatever it may be. And I got an injury through riding, literally a pretty uncommon sort of thing that happened to me, and so I got sent to see a sports doctor, and I was convinced I was just going to go and see the sports doctor, get a cortisone injection and be back on the bike, and it turned out it was 9 weeks off the bike and then 2 months back to actually riding properly. But the sports doctor has brought new things, another stage of learning. She sent me straight for bloods and was let's see what's happening in your body. And it was really interesting, the things that I was deficient in, and I thought I was pretty healthy. I was pretty healthy, but as an athlete, you're demanding more of your body.
So the bloods tell you what you're missing, key pieces of...
And I'd had bloods before. Yeah. I'd had my general, let's do bloods and see where we're at. I had my first blood tests when I was 20. I'm a vegetarian. I was brought up vegetarian. My parents follow a Hindu life belief. So, I wasn't... it's not an ethical choice for me, but I do believe in the ethics of it. But I was always vegetarian. And you've got to eat meat to be an athlete. You have to eat meat. You have to eat meat. And I believed in that. And I was trying to eat meat from the age of 18 when I left home. Wow. and it wasn't working for me. I was really unwell, and the funny thing was, most of the time when I ate meat was when I was drinking, and so I actually was associating this feeling of unwell with hangovers. And it was a partner, a girlfriend said, it's because you're eating meat that you're getting so sick. I went and saw a doctor, and he said, you don't need to eat meat to be an athlete. Stop eating meat. You're totally fine. But that was a general GP. He was right. I didn't need to eat meat. But the difference being that the sports doctor looked at the bloods differently. And there's in an iron level, in your body, there's actually multiple different things. So there's just general iron, and my irons were perfectly normal. Every doctor would look at that and say, you're healthy. I was healthy. But there's another thing called elemental iron, and elemental iron is really important for recovery. And elemental iron, normal iron supplements come with a really low dosage of elemental iron. And she put me on this iron tablet that you buy at Chemist Warehouse. It's got 100 times the elemental iron of what I was taking. That's a big difference. And it made a big difference. Just in recovery. And recovery is how you get fast. Not through training.
We're doing all this while drinking beer and eating pizza. So, it can happen. You can still be fast and, enjoy the I guess some of the vices that are out there.
Look, there are athletes that if they ate one cake 2 months before their big competition and came second by a second, they would hate themselves for eating that bit of cake 2 months ago. I'm not that athlete. I do believe in having good nutrition, but I also believe in living life. And I actually really like drinking wine. I'm known I can actually put away a bottle of red the night before a race.
You drank all that wine before the Way Odyssey last year.
I've done it most years. There was one hot way where I literally went a bottle and a half of red the night before. When I woke up, I could have sworn I might have actually still
And you're in the top end of the fastest guys.
I got fourth that year.
Fourth out of the whole, the 100k race.
And it was what do you think happened? Why did you get a good result? In the interview after the race, I said, I have no idea. I drank a bottle and a half of red wine last night.
It's amazing.
You can do too much. I had a couple of bottles of red wine before national championships and went rubbish. Maybe I gotta work out that control. But no, I believe in balance in life. You have to be able to. You have to be able to enjoy things, and food is a massive part of culture at the moment. So, don't deny yourself of that, but with balance. With the gels, some people might find the gel experience sticky. It gets all over my fingers and so on. There are some gels out there which are a more liquid consistency, and you can buy a gel bottle, like a squeezy bottle, and they'll take 3 gels. And this is what I use. So before competition, I decant, so to speak. So basically I squeeze all my 3 gels into a glass, put boiling water in, a little bit of boiling water, mix it up so I get a much runnier consistency. And then I use that gel bottle. So that way I can actually have them quicker. I don't get anything on my hands. And I'm able to then, without needing to take one full gel, I can actually, every half an hour or more timed with gaps in single track and fire roads, I can just take those little bits and keep my fuel more sustained.
So you have smaller chunks of fuel more regularly.
In all of my rides, I drink electrolyte in my drink bottles. Electrolytes are sort of really important items that your cell walls in your muscles require to stay balanced. And so electrolytes are things like salt is one of them, like sodium, calcium, potassium, magnesium. I think there's 8 in there, and I haven't studied nutrition, so but I think if you look it up, you'll find there's 8 that make up a cell. Well, and so a balanced electrolyte source is what you need. Some of the marketed this sports drink will make you faster, by the rugby team, has salt and sugar. and that's it. So like salt and sugar is not going to do a lot for you.
Yeah.
The salt's there so that you think it is quenching your thirst, but it's actually dehydrating you while you're having it.
Yeah.
So again, do a little bit of research. Look for an electrolyte drink that has a balanced level of electrolytes that covers what there is there, and start using that whilst you're riding to help your muscles and the cells inside the muscles get.
And you have that in every drink bottle you have on a ride.
Yeah, so when I'm doing shorter rides, I use electrolytes that don't have any carbohydrates in them, so low carb. And again, like I'm not mentioning products because I'm not here to try to push products. Like, you know, this is not the discussion that we're having.
This is not a sponsored video.
Yeah, no, that's right. Like, you know, but this is like I want people to do research, like to actually know this stuff. Like you've got to look up what is going into your body. It's worth doing just from a basic sense. A little Google search, read a couple of things. So so balanced electrolytes. So, you know, I have low carb electrolytes, which there are some on the market. Some come in tablets. Even like not a sponsored play, but Hydrolyte at your chemist is that's a medical rehydration product for electrolytes. That's when people turn up at a hospital dehydrated. Electrolyte tablet in the water.
This video is brought to you by Hydrolyte.
So you know, like Hydrolyte is like a no carb. It's got no sugars in it. It won't give you any energy. If your ride's going to be under an hour, you probably don't need energy during that ride. Like you've eaten during the day. Like your body's got energy, and you need your body to take energy from the fuel that you have. It needs to know how to do that. Because in the middle of the Otway Odyssey, like you need your body to take the stores that you have. But on the longer rides, you're going to need energy. So, you know, that's when I'll change to my electrolyte drink, which has actually got carbohydrates in it as well, which is an energy, like a sugar source.
Let's talk about race week.
Like it's pretty important. Like I'm going to talk about two elements in race week. I'm going to talk about the riding that you do in race week, and I'm going to talk about the nutrition that you need to do in race week. So let's start with the riding. You need to drop the distance. Like it's got to come down, but you can't stop riding. Like it's called a taper. A taper for like somebody that's training really hard is up to 2 weeks. But if you're coming from a low base, you can't afford to only ride for 2 weeks and then taper for 2 weeks. That's not going to work for you, right? Like, this is not a good idea, Hamish.
So hang on, does that mean I get to sit on the couch for like a week?
No.
That's not that way?
That's not a taper. No. So a taper, in a taper week, you bring down the distance, but you have to bring up the intensity. What you're looking to do is get intensity to get all the muscles firing. You know, so that this is when you're bringing in speed. You've taken out the distance, so your muscles should be getting good recovery. But you want to get intensity not through power. You want to get intensity through revolutions, spinning. Like find a hill, be in an easier gear, 2 gears easier than you would. Like you're not out of the saddle like like you're like spinning for speed. Your heart rate will come up, and you might do like a ride, like a 1 hour ride, right? Let's use the boulevard for an example. Like a great like situation. It's got, the boulevard has from one end to the other, it's got like 3 hills on it. Okay? And then, you know, downhills and stuff in between. So ride a full lap up and back. Like, all right, that's like the warm up. You know, just cruisy. And then on the next lap, just go hard on the uphills, but spinning, like both ways, and then do a cool down lap and then go home. Like there's an hour. You know, of your training, but that's
not
like
hard.
And you would do that, like, so you would train on the weekend before, the Saturday, Sunday, then you would start tapering, and so that might be a Tuesday and a Thursday. And like the Friday, if you've got the opportunity, a ride that has like 3 to 4 30-second efforts in like a 30-minute ride. And the rest of it's super easy. You know, and so that's just really firing the muscles, getting them going. But the important thing about that taper is you're actually getting good recovery. Really important.
Awesome.
So the other thing I was going to talk about is nutrition.
Yeah.
Like,
you do realise that you tell me all this, and I'm, probably going to be up there on your wheel.
Yeah, I hope so.
Isn't that the
idea?
Saying,
Yeah.
Give me my little trade secrets.
Yeah,
and the rest of YouTube.
You don't have too much time for all this research, so I feel like you're coming in off 4 weeks of training.
Don't get too cocky. Don't
Anything can happen. Anything can happen in a mountain bike race. I've snapped a chain 2 kilometers into a marathon before. It's a devastating experience.
Right. Yeah.
But nutrition's really important, and so something that you could do a Google search on is electrolyte loading.
Right.
Electrolyte loading is your body. If you have like no electrolytes up until the race day, and then you're like, yeah, but I've got this sports drink on the bike.
Yeah.
So then you start riding, and you probably have your first drink of sports drink half an hour in.
Yeah.
Your body can't then absorb enough electrolytes for what you're going to deplete out of your body. Like when you're sweating, like the salts are coming out and all the other minerals are coming out of your body.
Yeah.
So electrolyte loading starts 3 to 4 days before by just having electrolytes.
So you get to drink lots of cool drinks leading up to the race.
Yeah.
3 or 4 days ahead.
Yeah, but not like don't be like, I'm going to drink my 5 electrolyte drinks and I'm going to be faster. That's not true. You're going to find yourself on the toilet. Like, you can only take so many electrolytes. Right. So it's like on the Wednesday, 1 bottle in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
On the Thursday to Friday 2.
Yeah.
Like, that's electrolyte loading. It's really simple.
Yeah.
So but it's really important.
You've got to look for the big brands and look for the products that have electrolytes in them.
Yeah, you want to look for balanced amount of electrolytes.
And usually that's the powder you put in the bottle.
That's right. The premixed options at the supermarket is not where you're looking to do your shopping here.
Yeah.
Speak to your local bike store.
Yeah.
Health food stores. That's what you're looking for.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Alright, well that's it folks. I really hope you got something out of that. I know that I learned heaps during that conversation. And yeah, I'll see you on a trail soon. You'll probably now smoke me because you know all this sweet info. Alright, catch you soon.